I almost failed. Oh my gosh, stop it. Thank you. Stop biting my balloons. It is 6:30 right now. I just woke up. My hair is a little crazy. Oh, the camera's not even focusing. Oh my gosh. My cat Diggory is trying to eat my 16th birthday balloons. If you couldn't tell, I feel like I'm doing ASMR. Today is going to be a vlog of me getting my driver's license. I am going to get dressed. I have been practicing all of the tests and stuff. I was not expecting to do it today. I was actually going to do it yesterday, but then the line was around the building. Like, it was actually insane. I'm going to get dressed. I am so nervous. I have been waiting to do this since my 16th birthday, but because of this corona, I cannot. I kind of feel like throwing up. I did my hair, I did my makeup, I did it very light, and I got dressed just in a plain top because I'm pretty sure I'm getting my picture taken. I need to eat and make sure I have everything together. Okay, I almost forgot to show you guys, but I just made a blended tea, I guess. I just took some tea that I had steeped cold tea with 7 ice cubes. I put 1/3 of a cup of tea and then 1/3 of a cup of almond milk, and then I just blended it with a bit of maple syrup, and it's super good. By the way, we're gonna be leaving soon. I'm sorry I'm filming like this. This is really weird. Oh my gosh.
No. Just so you know,
Yeah.
they may say no. We may not have.
What was that sound? It worked.
And you see cars coming at you, you'll know.
I cannot believe we are actually going. That would be awkward.
Guess it would.
Waiting this huge line. Holy, people come here early. They said it wasn't busy too. Today's better because I do better in the morning.
Well, not to say it's also not quite as hot.
There was this lady walking around asking people what they needed and stuff.
I am not arguing. I'm not arguing. The thing that you don't understand, I'm trying to explain to you. You must know what they're going to say. If they give me a number.
I don't check this one. When you go inside, they will check it for you and they will be the one to tell you. When is your birthday again? August? No, we don't do August. No August. August next week. You come back next week. You understand? You don't understand? You don't understand? Nobody speaks Spanish?
Is it possible to even do this here?
Yes.
Yes.
We do it here, we're just not doing your birthday.
Good morning.
What can I do?
I don't know, you're walking down the line.
Yeah, I just need to know what you're doing and then I'm checking people's birthday. She needs a second piece of ID with her signature.
She's got a bank card.
The bank card is not acceptable. If you
Not
have-
yet, because they
Then
were...
we won't do it. So you have to get this form done. So we're gonna fill out this form here,
Yeah.
the top, but she will have to come back
Okay,
because she needs somebody from that people.
okay, thank you.
And by the way, when is her birthday?
May.
That's
She's
it.
good, we already checked that out. So, let's see the list of people.
Dentist, medical doctor, like all of those, blah blah, veterinarian, what the frick? Principal, vice principal, teacher, primary or secondary school.
Teacher?
Yep,
Okay, so we'll
not
look at
bad.
stuff.
It wasn't that bad, it was only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's just that now we start from scratch.
We'll have lots more time to practice. So, I should not be touching my face. I did hand sanitize. Okay, I'm not upset really because I was kind of expecting this to happen, but we lined up for about, it was only like half an hour, so it was kind of good. We did look online to see when the least busy time was, and apparently it was in the morning, so we came up. It was like 8 when we went there, and we made sure that it was the right date, like because they're doing like 1 week, it'll be from January to like July or something, and then the rest another week, like when your birthday is. So we made sure that we were coming the right week for my birthday because I'm born in May. Someone had to get sent home because they were in the wrong week, like they were born in December. So that was kind of sad. There was this lady walking around asking people what they needed and stuff. Sorry, I can't really talk. I'm like I don't know, flustered. And she finally came to us. We told her what we were there for, and she asked us if we had all of our things. And we were kind of concerned because I don't have a photo ID because I just got mine yesterday. Like, I got my thing yesterday. Oh my gosh. Okay, he's there. Okay, this is cray. Sorry. Right now our neighbor is there and she's a teacher. Oh my gosh, I'll need to explain this whole thing when I get back home. We're at my neighbor's house who's a teacher. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so, thank you that she was there. I was gonna film this part on my camera, not on my phone. My camera is in the van and I just realized that my mom locked the van. So I guess it's gonna be on my phone. I don't even know where I was because I don't know what I was explaining. There's a lady in line coming and she was like, do you have ID with a signature? And we were like, yes. And she was like, do you have ID with a photo? And we were like, no, because I got it yesterday. Like, I got my photo ID yesterday, but it doesn't come in like 4 weeks or whatever. So I did get it done, I just don't have it. So she was like, well, since you don't have that, you're gonna need to do another form. You're gonna have to fill out this form. You'll have to like find someone who can sign it. And there's like a whole list of people, like teachers, orthodontists, doctors, and whatever. We had to leave line after waiting for half an hour because we didn't have the proper identification. And then we had to find someone. And luckily there was teacher on the list. Luckily our freaking neighbor is a teacher. Like, she lives really close to us. We called her up. She wasn't picking up. We called her dentist. He wasn't picking up. Everyone was not picking up. So we went to her house, like the teacher's house, and luckily she was there. It took a long time for her to answer, so we were like kind of worried, but she was there. So she signed everything. We got the paper done, and now I'm gonna be off to line up for another like hour probably because the line is gonna be substantially longer now. That's the story. We're gonna go back and wait in this long line. So yeah, oh, my mom's coming over. I'm back on my camera because we're going for round 2. Love this for me. It's breakfast and I haven't had any breakfast, so I am sweating so much. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, no, it will be one by the month. Yeah.
I never got turned away this morning for their declaration.
I am doing the, yes. I have my birth certificate. Pardon? No. No glasses. Do I take off my mask? 6, 4, 5, 3, 8, 7. Right, left, right, left. 5'2". I think this is all filled out. Okay. Over here.
And the red dot.
Teagan, May 23rd. Yep. Taps. Okay. Thank you. It's still moving. Oh my gosh. That was so stressful.
But you're smiling.
Yeah, I passed, but I almost didn't. I look terrible. Don't take my picture right now. I feel like throwing up. Oh my gosh. This is my temporary license, and I'm like, okay, get out, sucker, I'm driving. This is a celebration drink.
Sounds gross. Over 5 hours. Wow.
So, as you probably expected, they have maybe 6 of them open. Out of all of them, 6 machines to do the tests on. I went in. I showed the guy all my stuff. He like had me wipe down, he had me sanitize, blah blah. Then he brought me to a waiting spot, like a queue, to go up to this man. But I had to wait and wait and wait for my turn, for my number to be called. And then finally, I got called. I went up. He asked for the paper that we got, and then we did the eye test. This is the meal of a champion. Woo!
It's all good.
Yay! Look, buddy. Oh, you're reacting better. Okay, so I am back. I'm now back on my camera. If you guys couldn't tell from the clips before, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this because I just filmed a whole bunch of random stuff, but I passed. I got 4 questions wrong on I'll put it on the screen, this part, and then I got only 1 question wrong on this part. That was not too bad. I did pass, as I said, but that was so stressful. The 4 people in front of me, out of the 4 people, 3 of them didn't pass, so I am exhausted. I am in our gym downstairs and I'm going to work out now. I think I have heat stroke because I've been outside for 2.5 hours, probably longer. I left at 8 in the morning and it is now 2:23. Wow. Okay, I just finished my workout. Now I'm going to go and call my grandparents to tell them that I passed. Hello, it's Tegan. I have some exciting news. I passed. I think that was when I called you for my birthday. Okay, so I am back. I don't know what the last thing I filmed was. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was me calling my grandparents to tell them that I passed. I am like exhausted right now, if you couldn't tell. Today has been a really crazy day. I actually turned on the lights. I actually just realized I forgot to turn on that unicorn thing. I turned on everything else though. I turned on that light, those lights, and then that light over there, which I never turn on, which is really sad because I have all these lights in my background, and when I'm filming I never turn them on. And yes, I'm not like filming like my normal sit down like haul videos because I'm not using my lights that are sitting right there, my softbox lights. That's how my room usually is when I'm not filming. I don't know if I fully explained it. Basically, where I live, there are like stages to get your license. I have legitimately no idea how it is in other provinces. I live in Canada, if you don't know. It can be a little bit vague because I'm trying not to tell too many details of where I live and stuff. There are different stages. I think there's like 3 stages or something, and I just got the stage 1, which is what you can get when you're 16. I like legitimately cannot believe I did that. Yesterday I went to go do some more like paperwork and stuff for myself, because when you turn 16 you have a lot more paperwork you have to do, like change it. So I filled out paperwork. I waited in line with my mom to get my picture taken for a piece of ID that I needed, and then my mom randomly was like, do you want to go to the DMV? Like, do you want to get your driver's license? And I was like, do I? I was like, I was not expecting this. I've obviously been practicing since I turned 16, but I was like, I had no idea when I was gonna go. So I was practicing on the way there, and we went, and there was a huge line. Like, it was out the door all the way around the building, so like all the way around the building. And so I was like, ooh, that's a really long lineup on a Monday afternoon. Like, I don't really want to wait that long. Turns out when we went today, it was the exact same line at 8:30 in the morning. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. And then my mom was like, are you ready to go tomorrow then? And I was like, I guess. And we looked up the best times to go, and on Tuesday, which is today, it said that the early morning is the best time to go, which I don't know where they got that from, because my mom and I went this morning. We got there at 8:15 around, and the line was wrapped fully. It was a crazy lineup. Like, wow. What happened was I lined up, I think it was around an hour that we waited, and then a person came out. She was like going through the line asking people what they were there for, and so finally she came to us and we told her what we were there for, and we showed her the identification we had, and she was like, sorry, you can't do it because you don't have this ID, you don't have photo ID, even though I did that yesterday. I got it temporary, so that's not good enough. So she gave us this paper. She was like, you need to get this signed, you can't do it unless you have this. So we were like, okay. So unfortunately we had to leave the line after waiting for a little while. We found out that it had to be signed by like a pastor, a doctor, a nurse, or like any of those things, and then also teacher was on the list. And so I was super happy about that because luckily our neighbor was there, and so she was able to sign it because she was a teacher. So as soon as we got that signed, we jumped back in the car and we got to the line, and the line was just as long as it was when we went this morning, and so we had to go all the way to the back of the line. We waited it out. We literally stood in that line for 2.5 hours. The lady that was there the first time was not there the second time. I don't know where she was going, but there were so many people that ended up having to leave because they were not like properly there. Craziness, I'll tell you that a bit later. The line was so long, and the building had zero shade. Like the only shade was right in front of the line. I am still like feeling the effects. My mom and I were like trading spots in the line. Like she would stand in line in the blazing sun, then I would stand in the shade, then she'd stand in the shade, because it was so hot. Like you literally could not stand in there for the entire time. It was like really hot. And so finally we made it almost to the front. There were 2 people in front of us. There was a mom and her daughter, and she got up to the front. She was like giving her identification and stuff, whatever. And since COVID, they don't want the building to be overrun, even though it is overrun. They did it by what month you were born, and I was born in May. So they did it from January to July was when you would go 1 week, and then the rest of the months you'd go the next week. So this week was January to July, so I was in that. But the people in front of us, the girl was born in December or something. The man, after waiting for 2.5 hours, sent them away because she was born in the wrong month. They were not taking the months. I had my mask on, but my mouth dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, can you imagine waiting and being turned away because you didn't know that it was the right month? There were a ton of signs, like they were all over the place, but they were not obvious. So I can tell how people missed it. There were a lot of signs, but it's pretty easy to miss. We only knew that because we had looked it up. I feel so bad. So we got up. My mom wasn't allowed to go in, but I went in, did the whole shebang. That took a really long time. The guy, he was mumbling and being like talking so quietly. And then he had a mask on top of that. It was so hard to understand him. So I was always like, excuse me, like what? I can't hear you. Eventually I got that done. I did the eye test there as well. And then I went to the lineup to actually do the test. When I was taking the test, I got 4 questions wrong, and 4 is the maximum you can do on the first test, and then the second test you can get 4 wrong, and I got 4 wrong. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I got 4 wrong. I was like so delusional. And the 3 I got like at the beginning because I was so like scared and nervous. It was not a good time. And then I was like, oh my gosh, okay, if I get the last one, I'm gonna fail. I was like prepared to actually go out to my mom crying. Like that's how scared I was about failing. I ended up finishing the test. Woo, good for me. I finished the first test, but on the last question of the first quiz, I got the question wrong. So I got 4 questions wrong. I thought I failed, but then I realized 4 is like the maximum you can get, but if you get 4 wrong, you still pass. I know my stuff. I was just like so stressed out. The first part of the quiz, I thought I was done. I don't know what I was thinking. I stood up and the lady was busy, so I was standing up for a long time, and then she was like, excuse me, you still have more to do, lady. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awkward. The second test was road signs, and I've passed that one with flying colors. That was the most stressful thing I have ever done. It adds a way bigger stress when you've been waiting in the line for 2.5 hours, knowing that you'll have to do that all over again. Like, it's worse than taking the test, honestly. But that was the whole thing. I got it. I got my temporary license, which I will not be showing you. This is my temporary license. I don't know when it's coming in the mail. 2 weeks, I think it said. Getting a license is expensive, people. I think that's the end of this video. I don't think, oh shoot, I just definitely showed that. That's gonna be blurred out. I think that's it for this video. I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna do a second video because I'm gonna be showing you guys the first time me going driving. I think that'll be really fun. Actually, that reminds me, I need to order a car tripod. I'll do that right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below because I'm trying to hit 400 subscribers and I would really appreciate it if you could make that happen. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.